UEFA Women's Nations League finals. We finally got here. Spain versus France. We were pumped about this one. We can definitely talk about the 2 goals from Spain. Pick your poison. Olga to Aitana for the first one. Atenea to Mariona Caldente for the second. 4 players who I'm pretty sure would start on any team in the world, club or country, doesn't matter. I want to focus on the defense, though. How should we describe what Spain did to France? Smothered, suffocated, dominated. I could not believe how intense Spain's press and defense was in this one. According to FOTMob, España held the French to 2 shots total, 0 shots on target. Maybe the most surprising fact, both shots were attempted by right back Elisa de Almeida, which tells you right there how far France needed to push up, how many resources they needed to commit to even execute a single shot. So for those scoring at home, that's a total of 0 shots for Katoto, 0 for Diani, 0 for Les Omer, 0 for Basha Gayora and Karshawi combined. This was an absolute fucking masterclass on the press and on defense more generally. Congrats, though, to Spain. They take home the very first UEFA Women's Nations League title. Very well deserved. My big question now is this. With Spain able to defend like that, who would you pick in a Spain's 11 versus any other 11 in full health? So let's assume Sam Kerr is good to go. Spain versus the world, effectively, something that they've been talking about in the NBA All-Star game. And I'm giving your world team a 3-week training camp to get acclimated to one another. Who are you picking?
Oh, boy. Okay, let's do this completely off the top of my head. Surely we don't prepare for these programs. You guys have watched them. We're not doing any prep work. So, okay, off the top of my head, I'm going to play a 4-1-3-2. So give me, to the surprise of nobody who has paid attention to this program, give me Mary fucking Earps in goal. I don't care what game you know what? We can do a draft and give me Mary Earps. I'll give you second pick and you can pick the sport and I'll still take Mary Earps and we're fucking playing.
Let's go.
So Mary Earps in goal. So my back line, my back 4, I'm going to go from right to left. Ellie Carpenter at right back. Sharita Spitza and Wendy Renard as my 2 center halves. Wendy Renard, obviously, we're doing the everybody's healthy game. And Selma Basha is my left back. My defensive midfielder, you already fucking know what time it is. It's Erin Cuthbert.
Old smash a beer can on her forehead, Erin.
Damn right. Think she'll get up for this match? I think she will. I want her leadership on this squad. My midfield, again, from right to left, we're going to go German Clara Buell on the right. Norwegian Ingrid Engen in the middle. On the left, Norwegian again, Girl Wrighton. Let's fucking go. And then my 2 up front, give me Sam Kerr. The Chelsea connection, give me Sam Kerr. Give me Lauren James.
Yeah, I think it's still 2-1 Spain.
It's tough. Honest. It's tough, though. That's the thing. It's ridiculous.
I mean, a little tough to see also no American players in your 11, not even counting any Spain players. No CGH, too. That was a surprise.
I thought about CGH. There was a lineup where I didn't have Wrighton in there, and I was going to go Buell, Senia Gaupset, Ingrid Egan, and Lauren James on the left, with just Kerr up top on her own. I had Gurma in there instead of Spitza for a while, but I was like, look, if we're going to just beat the shit out of Spain in this match, I need Spitza back there just throwing bows.
Need the muscle.
So, yeah, I mean, even then, it was a fun exercise. Still tough to beat.
We talked last week about the potential for like a truly generational run from the Spanish side. A big part of that is just how young some of their players are. So I wanted to run through this exercise real quick. I'm going to go from oldest to youngest here. Ona Batier, who feels like a fucking vet, right? She feels as solid as a footballer comes. She's 24 years old.
Yeah.
Lady Gunner, Leia Codina, also 24. Teresa Abellera, who didn't play in this final, also 24. Manchester City budding superstar Leia Alexandri, 23. Eva Navarro, 23. Atenea, 23. Olga Carmona, 23. Catacoy is 22. Sama Barriolo is 20. And Vicky Lopez is 17. And I know she's not 24 and under, but best player in the world, Aitana Bonmati, the veteran, the OG, been around forever. She clocks in at a very geriatric 26 years old. So minus Aitana, Spain could put together a 24 and under team that on a good day, I think could beat any women's national team on the planet. That's fucking terrifying. We touched on this last week, but if you're a fan, which I know you are, of anyone other than the Spain side with national team fandom, those ages of those players just have to send chills down your spine.
Yeah, man. Could you imagine being of a team that has to play them in the Euros consistently? Wouldn't that be unfortunate?
I don't know, man. I'm a Mexico fan.
There you go. Nicely done. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal for non-Spain fans at the moment. You got me thinking about this, and I don't want to do the last, several minutes of this show just rattling off ages, but what you did there, I think you're 100% right. They could field a 24 and under squad that would be competitive in the World Cup. That would probably would have a look at making the semifinal. Could win the thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, semifinal for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe I might even be low on them if I think like semifinal is the ceiling there. I think they could probably win it. To your point, we've been thinking about this squad lately because they've been playing in the Nations League. But like trying to think about teams over in Europe, Germany comes to mind. So they got Jewel Brand, 20 years old over at Wolfsburg. Clara Buell, who we've talked about, 22. She's at Bayern. You have Sioka Nuskin. She's 22, playing at Chelsea, obviously. Lena Oberdorf. She's 21. Stina Johannes, 23, over at Frankfurt. We actually got a trio of 23-year-olds between Stina Johannes, Sophia Kleinhern, and Sydney Lohman, all great players at 23 years old.
Wow.
And then, Nicole Anyomi, also 23, great player for Eintracht Frankfurt. That's a good list for Germany if we're talking about younger players.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not as locked into Frauen Bundesliga. Obviously, I recognize all those players, huge names. Didn't know they were that young. So that's something to be excited about if you're a German fan for sure, because that's a lot of talent, 23 and under.
Yeah. Gee, who else should I look at? All right, let's get into it. Kiera Keating, 19 years old, goalkeeper, Manchester City Football Club. The pride of England, if I dare say so myself, as a guy who's only been there a few times, but roots for the national team. Kiera Keating, 19 years old, Manchester City Football Club. That not enough for you at keeper? Hannah Hampton, 23 years old, playing at Chelsea Football Club. Agnes Beever-Jones, 20 years old at Chelsea. Jessica Park, 22 years old, Manchester City Football Club. Lauren James, 22. Esme Morgan, 23, another City player. There's a little bit of a theme here. City looks good, though. We know Esme Morgan is good. Maya Letizier, 21 years old at the other Manchester club. Wow. Manchester United, that's their name. She's 21. Lauren Hemp, 23, World Cup hero, obviously at City as well. Ella Toon, 24 at Manchester United. Neem Charles, also 24 at Chelsea. And because I wouldn't leave her out because she just turned 25 mere weeks ago. I think it was like February 8th or something like that, according to Football Reference. Alessia Russo from your Arsenal just turned 25, so I'm going to count her in this young player mix. We still got a squad coming up, but yeah, Spain also very, very good. So it's going to be competitive for a long time, it would seem.
Euros are going to be pretty exciting. Also, kind of reframes, thinking about like a Jenna Neiswanger as a young player in for the U.S. who's 23, who's on the high end of like all three of these lists. We're going to have to figure something out here stateside, but there's still time. Olympics, still some months away. Next World Cup, got a lot of time between now and then. Emma Hayes, he was coaching a lot of that talent. Hopefully she could sprinkle some of that, football IQ magic, tactical acumen, all that stuff. But still a tournament to win, still a trophy to win here in the next couple of weeks for the U.S. So we'll keep an eye on that. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're talking women's football every single week. National teams, club teams. We've got one more match to talk about in this episode, and that is the UEFA Nations League third place match. That one had first place stakes attached to it with a berth to the Olympics going to the winner. Netherlands took on Germany. Pretty exciting match, so definitely stick around for that.
You got to stick around. Talking about young players, me and Dino, we're not 40. We turned 20 twice.
Fair enough.